My dad served in the Korean War as an aircraft electrician. My grandfather fought in the Second World War in the Aleutian Islands, and his brother was in the Pacific Fleet. Kind of a long history of military in the family, going pretty much all the way back to the Revolutionary War.
I'm currently deployed out here with my dad. We're in an undisclosed location in Southwest Asia.
So this is definitely my last deployment. I only have a couple of years left, and this is his first deployment. I came in August of 1985, back when security forces was still security police or law enforcement. I had a break in service, and then I came back in early 2006. I think he was probably about 10 or 11 at the time.
Growing up with a dad in the military, it's a little bit different than all the other kids are used to. They don't really have to deal with their dad leaving for long periods of time.
He watched me go through several deployments growing up. I think, yeah, it's always difficult when a parent's gone.
Especially back when Operation Iraqi Enduring Freedom was going on. Stuff was chaos over there. You didn't really know day by day what was going on there and if he was safe. It's kind of stressful at times, but I had a good mom, good family, good support network, and we pushed through it.
I was just getting ready to deploy to Kuwait when he enlisted. And then while I was deployed in Kuwait in 2016, he went through basic training. I was able to get home literally just in time to jump in a car and drive down to San Antonio to make the graduation for it.
So there I was standing at the coin ceremony, not knowing if my family was there or not. My dad had just gotten back from a deployment, and I was sitting there waiting, and then I felt the tap on my shoulder. I turned around and there he was standing there. It was one of the happiest moments of my life.
It brought back a lot of memories. It ended up that he was in the same building that I was in basic training. The same old building. It didn't look any different at all. We're in the same guard unit back home. We're both traditional guardsmen. He's currently doing college. He saw that I enjoyed what I did, and I think that had some to do with his decision to come into the security force.
Having the opportunity to serve in the Utah National Guard and hire our force with my dad has been a really great opportunity. It's been great to be able to grow closer together in the operational environment, and being out here together, deployed, we get to share a experience that none of my other siblings are going to be able to share, and it's really brought us close together.
It's been kind of fun. I mean, he works a different schedule than I do, but we get the opportunity to have breakfast together a couple mornings a week, dinners once in a while, and I get to see him at least 2 or 3 times a week.
I haven't had many struggles. I'm a pretty self-sufficient guy, but just being able to go and talk to somebody that you trust without bounds, you can tell him anything and he's always there for me, so that's been pretty awesome.
Mom's she's pretty tough. She hasn't really said it. I'm pretty sure she wasn't happy that we were both going at the same time. It is interesting, whenever I talk to her, the first thing she asks is, "How's my son doing?" So I'm kind of the second seat in this one. I think she'll be glad to have him home.
We keep her filled in on our activities and tell her that we love her every day, and I think she's been handling it pretty well. Thankfully, we have other family at the house, so she's not there alone, and she's been supportive. So that's been a big help to us over here, knowing that we have her support and her blessing.
I have a lot of pride for him. He's a good worker. He just put on Staff Sergeant while we've been over here. Whether it's been back home or here, he's always tried to do his best, and yeah, a lot of pride in that.
I've been able to see him on a professional light and not just as my dad. Super proud of him. I've been able to see his leadership as the operations superintendent here and see how he motivates people to get the mission done. And that's been a big learning opportunity for me, because I've been able to learn those leadership skills directly from my own dad. Not a lot of people get that opportunity, so I'm certainly grateful and feel very blessed that I was able to share this experience with him.